Hello BookTube. Today for Tag Tuesday, I will be doing the Alphabet Tag Remix AidaIro. This tag was created by Jim of Jim's Books, Reading and Stuff, who 2 years ago created a series of tags based on the alphabet, which was an epic, wonderful undertaking. So he's kind of remixing them on a smaller scale. Prompt I. I is for Iago. Who is the most sinister villain in your reading and why? So, I read a lot of fantasy, a lot of comics, a lot of manga, a lot of fiction and nonfiction, and there are a lot of sinister villains. And I decided to go with a villain who relatively recently made his presence known to me through my reading. And so I'm going to go with, although again there are a number of candidates for this, but I'm going to go with Tsukasa from Tollebaum Hanako-kun. Tollebaum Hanako-kun by AidaIro is among the series that I have fallen in love with over the past year. It's a story of a young woman named Nene who goes to a very haunted school. One day she goes to a toilet stall because she's been told that if she goes to this toilet stall, performs a ritual, she will be able to summon a spirit known as the Tollebaum Hanako-san and be granted a wish. Nene goes to the stall, she performs the ritual, and she summons Hanako-san. However, unlike in the traditional form of the myth or legend, this particular Hanako-san is actually the ghost of a young man, Amane. And so using the Japanese honorific system, he's Hanako-kun, and hence the title of the series, Tollebaum Hanako-kun. Amane grants Nene her wish. It does not go well, and Amane has to rescue her from the consequences of that wish. And in recompense, Nene becomes his assistant, initially just cleaning duties, but later Nene begins to help Amane in his duties, regulating the relationships between the living and the supernaturals at the school. There are 7 school mysteries, of which Amane is the 7th, and that makes him, that gives him a certain authority over the other 6. Joining Amane and Nene in their adventures is Ko, a young trainee exorcist, who initially tries to banish Amane but later becomes friends with him and Nene. So gradually it becomes apparent that there's someone else at the school, someone who is manipulating the rumors, the stories about the other supernaturals, both the 7 mysteries but also the lesser hauntings, making them more malevolent, more dangerous. And this individual is revealed to be one of the most sinister villains I've ever read about, and that is Amane's twin brother, Tsukasa, who is a little shit, who basically does everything he can to cause chaos, from manipulating a ghost of a young boy to becoming a monster, to transforming that boy into one of the school mysteries, to trying to get all sorts of chaos. It's just, he's a very malevolent, sinister ghost. So I'm going to go with Tsukasa. Prompt J. J is for joke. Tell me a bookish joke. Oh. I'm not good at telling jokes. Moving on. K is for Kirk. Who is your favorite Star Trek character? Wesley Crusher. I know he is probably universally the most unpopular Star Trek character, but for a preteen who had just discovered Star Trek, he was a very Wesley Crusher was an effective entry point. He actually was one of my first fictional crushes. And so, yeah. Another character I like is yeah, so Wesley Crusher. I'll just stick with him. L is for language. Have you any books in a language you don't read? Not exclusively. Although I have often thought about perhaps picking up some untranslated manga. But I do have a dual language book, and I might have some more coming in. But the one that I do know for sure that is a dual language, or really multilingual in this case, is the Go-Go Boy Sonnets by Edmund Miller. This is a collection of sonnets about various male strippers in New York in the late 90s and early 2000s, if not a little bit into the 80s too. And what he does is for those dancers who are from different countries for whom English is not their native language, he will offer translations of his sonnets into their native language. So this is one in Romanian. I think there's one in Japanese or Chinese. So here's another one that's in Spanish. And so, yeah, they go through all the book. So that goes for that. Prompt M. M is for murder mystery. Is there a better murder mystery writer than Agatha Christie? No. N is for next. What is the next book you intend reading? Well, I originally planned to start this book yesterday, but I was watching The Four Children of the Apocalypse, and that my 2 nieces and 2 nephews, and that kind of precluded me reading anything yesterday. So I'll start my work week reading today, and I'm going to be starting on The Forgetting Moon by Brian Lee Durfee. This is the first book in an epic fantasy trilogy that I have long meant to get to, and I'm finally going to do it for my 12 TBR and fantasy fiction. Well, February Fantasy Stories. Yeah. So, wish me luck, because I've not had the best success with fantasy fiction of late. And, yeah, so we'll see how it turns out. I will obviously be reporting back one way or another on Friday when I do weekly reads. Prompt O. O is for original. Have you created any original tags? Yes, I've created a Star Trek tag, a Miss Marple tag. I don't know if I ever did one for Poirot. I also did the hobby tag and the decor tag. And I might have created another tag or 2, but I don't recall off the top of my head. And of course, I did just yesterday uploaded a random question tag to celebrate having 800 videos. And I'll be doing another original tag next week. P is for play. What is your favorite play? So here I don't have those plays with me. I'm feeling a strong one, to start picking up some plays, particularly ones that I have loved in the past. So my favorite play I think is Our Town by Thornton Wilder. It's set in the turn of the century. It's the 20th century, and is about the lives of 2 sets of neighbors over a number of years. It's a wonderful play that I've read several times and wish I had in my collection. I'm also really fond of Sweet Bird of Youth by Tennessee Williams. It's a brutal play about an aging male hustler who's trying to recapture his glory days, and it does not end well for him. And also, yes, I think those two are my two favorite plays, although I do like quite a number of Tennessee Williams' work in general, but I'll just go with those two. And finally, Q is for a Quiz and Quilp. In which Dickens novel is Quilp a character? So if you are going to do this tag yourself, go ahead and quickly Google it, or if you don't already know. But Quilp is a character in the old Curiosity Shop. And talking of Dickens also reminds me that I kind of would like to have, I need to have another go at him. It's been a number of years since I've read anything by Dickens, and I kind of would like to. But then again, am I setting myself up for a massive amount of bailing? I don't know. Anyway, BookTube, that was the alphabet tag remix AidaQ. If you would like to do this tag, consider yourselves tagged. I will be back later this evening with yet another tag video. There's two from the past few weeks that I've really wanted to do, and I've put them off, and I think tonight and tomorrow I'll get to them. So, any BookTube, until then, thank you, have a great afternoon, and stay safe.